You've just clicked on the absolute best flipping video in the world, bruv. Okay, look. Everything you need to know about natural fat loss. So look, this transformation right here took me, well, sorry bro, this is the first time I'm using this. This took me, guess how long? 4 weeks. Sorry, my spelling ain't that great. So look, I'll be completely open and honest, yeah? There's no peptides involved, there's no steroids involved, there's no shortcuts, no hacks. The only thing that's involved is just sheer fucking consistency, bro, and just being able to just do the right things by switching off the part of my brain that doesn't want to do the right thing. So I'm 4 weeks in, right? And this is actually out of 12 weeks. So I want to do a 12-week cut, which is 3 months long. And obviously right now, I've shredded down. Like I could be pretty happy with where I'm at right now. This is like decent level. I could go to the beach how I currently am. I feel good about it. Like, I'm at the point where I've got the muscle that I want. I've got the abs, bro. We're there. But look, I've been better. Yeah, in terms of being lean, I've been better. So this is me boxing, and this is me, like probably a couple weeks out from my fight, and I weighed in this photo. I weighed about 57 kilograms, which I believe is about 125 or something pounds. So very underweight, very strong though. And this is basically what I'd want to teach you throughout this course, is how to get strong as fuck whilst also being lean, because being strong, strength basically, yeah, strength. So the heavier weights that you can lift, that's barbell, bro. That's a barbell, yeah. The heavier weight that you can lift, the more muscle density you have. This is going to be our arms after this cutting protocol. Your muscles will get bigger as your weights get bigger. Simple as that, right? But, and I'll teach you this in a sec, it's a contradiction. You're going to be eating less calories. You're going to have less energy. And with less energy, you can't really put on as much muscle. So what we're going to do, right, is I'm going to take all the philosophies that I used here to fucking... Bro, I was chiseled. Look, you can see. Look how fucking chiseled this guy was, bro. The six-pack is unreal. It's uncanny. And I was barely doing any lifting. But when I did, because we were doing strength training, when I did, it was to the point where I'm lifting like 3 times body weight on deadlift. I'm bicep curling nearly my body weight per hand, half body weight. And this got me to unbelievable results. But now, this point here, where I'm at here, I'm weighed in at 69 kilograms. So I've actually gained 12 kg, and I'm not that much fatter. Probably like a couple percent of body fat compared to this guy, right? But I've got 12 kilograms more. Okay, and that's because I bulked over the last year. But it really comes down now to everything I'm about to tell you. And I just wanted to give you that background because this is going to be really good, man. 12-week year and obsession. My obsession with this really came down to... I was quite fat. You saw the photo, bro. I was quite fat. But I could still feel my abs underneath. And when I felt my abs, and I want you to do this as well, I want you to really envision the ridges, the exact sort of layout that your abs are going to be once you've done this cut, right? So bro, some people, they can build a 4-pack and it looks really nice. But then some people, they can build like a full-on 6-pack and it looks sick. Some people have got even 8-pack genetics, bruv. And it's like that, but they'll never ever see the last 2 or the last 4 because they just don't know. So what I want you to do, bro, start to feel underneath the fat that's underneath your, like the abs that's underneath your fat, because what that will do is it will get you to the point where you understand what you're aiming for. You stop looking at photos of other guys online. Fuck what they look like, bro. I want you to realize that you could actually look better than these mateys. You might have better genetics, and what the real like specifics that I'd like you to do, bro, is like grab your sort of like thumbs and fingers and just really like go from the outside inwards and just start like feeling your abs. Start feeling, oh, I've got 6-pack genetics, I've got 8-pack genetics. For me, what this really is, right? So I've actually got, I thought I've got 4-pack genetics because I couldn't really feel this ridge right here. But when I'm shredded, right? Well, when I'm getting down to about like 14, 13, 12%, I can start to feel that ridge. And once you start to feel that, you can begin to feel the underneath ones coming through as well. And the thing that I'm really excited about personally, bro, is getting this line here. So let's say like this is around where my belly button is, right? I've actually got a vertical line going through my belly button, and I'm like, I've never seen that before. So look, this photo, this is as lean as I've ever got. But I felt myself, right? You see my belly button, bro, hairy as fuck, hairy as fuck. But where my belly button is, I've actually got a vertical line. So you can see the vertical line going through the abs. I've got that line and it continues through here, and I've never seen that before. So you know my sort of thing right now, my obsession that I'm obsessed with is seeing that vertical line. And I want you to find your obsession, bro. What part of your abs, what part of like that area are you just obsessed with seeing? And now we'll get into the 12-week year as well. So the 12-week year just means, instead of thinking of 1 year as 12 months, like society's taught us, right? I want you to think that 1 year is 12 weeks. So 1 week is equal to 1 month. And that's because when you start to think this way, you're like, okay, I've got 12 kind of months worth of gains to make, and it's going to take me 3 actual months to do it. But you have to buy into the philosophy that your year is now 12 weeks long, because that puts you ahead of the competition. And I understand, like, bro, like, who's the competition with? But you've wanted this goal for a while, right? You've wanted to make this fat loss thing happen. You've probably been thinking about it for like a year or two. Like, bro, you know your stuff. The reason that this course is not about like, oh, calories in and calories out, here's your macronutrients. I'll go into a bit of that, but this is really like, I want to drill this mindset into you. This will take you 12 weeks, yeah? This will take you 12 weeks. And the way that we're going to make sure this happens is by having our fat loss weekly scorecard, okay? So the 12-week year basically hinges on this idea of a scorecard. And all we're going to have inside this scorecard is our strength, our weight, and our cardio, okay? So cardio, I'm going to tell you the number that you need to hit. Your weight, you're just going to, bro, you're just going to weigh yourself every morning, and you're just going to check how much you're actually losing, okay? Because based on your cardio, based on your strength, and based on one more thing, which is your diet, but you'll see that you don't need to score your diet because of how I'm going to tell you to lay it out. But you don't need that in the scorecard. But based on your diet, based on your cardio especially, as well as your strength, you'll find out, okay, am I losing muscle or am I losing fat? How much fat am I losing? What rate should I be losing at? All of that, okay? And that comes from this scorecard. Your strength, right? We're going to do this in such a way where your strength might potentially go up. My strength personally has been going up on some lifts. Other than that, it's either just stayed the same or gone up. So honestly, bro, on a cut, this is pretty unheard of until the point where you understand the stuff that I'm going to tell you, okay? And by the way, bro, I want this to be quick. I want this course, I want this to be like 30 minutes. You're going to download this information into your mind, and you're going to be like, okay, I know exactly what I need to do. I want you to have these moments in here where you're like, okay, I could go do that. I could like, I'm thinking about all this stuff, okay? Your scorecard, I'm going to refer to this, and now you understand what it is. It's just going to be what you track weekly to make sure that you're on track with this 12-week plan, because the 12-week plan, you're going to make more progress with this plan than other people do in an entire year of attempting to lose fat. 12 weeks is all it takes. Brother, you have seen the progress that I made in 4 weeks. Bro, 4 weeks. All right, so let's go. Divide your training volume by 4. Let's say you're doing, excuse me, one minute, bro. We're about to get into this, but I just need to, Let's say you're doing push-pull legs. I don't like this split, but let's say you're doing it. And you're doing 6 times per week. You're not going to cut on this. You cannot be cutting like that. That's simply not how it works, okay? So when you are doing push-pull legs, 6 times a week training, it's good for bulking, yeah? It's really good if you're bulking and you really want to put on the mass and you're eating like 4, 5, even 6,000 calories a day and you're just trying to increase your weight. That's cool. That's how you're meant to do it. But now that we're cutting, we have to be precise. This is going to be like a jigsaw puzzle. And we have to fit the pieces in perfectly. So by dividing your training volume by 4, I mean, obviously don't be an autistic little retard, bro. Just think like, where am I putting too much importance and where can I take away? So let's say you're doing like 16 sets per muscle, right? 16 sets per muscle. I'm going to show you right now, you don't need to do that, and what to do instead. For example, right, on a Monday, I usually train like a sort of push day, and we'll get into my split in a sec, but I train a sort of push day type thing, okay? So Monday is, flipping out, Monday is push. Normally, I will do, 4 top sets of incline dumbbell. For example, let's just talk about chest. And then I'll do like 4 top sets of cable. And what this basically means is, let's say 8 total sets here, yeah? Like 8 massive sets. And I'd even do like the chest machine as well. So I'd even do the chest machine. And maybe like push-ups in between. So this is 4 exercises. And I'm doing, 4 sets here, 4 sets on cable, 4 sets on chest machine, and 4 sets on push-ups. This is like during a bulk. But what I really want to get you to understand is that when you divide your training volume by 4, you realise you don't need to do this many sets. So what I do now instead is I get rid of this rubbish. I get rid of doing 4 top sets on each one, and I switch it out, and I just do 2 sets, 2 top sets, and that's it, and 1 back off. The back off set is literally just to get the blood pumping, because the type of sets that you're going to do now, you're going to do strength-based sets. Strength-based sets, which means 5 to about 12, max 12. 12 is like for smaller muscles like lateral delts and biceps and stuff like that. But for the bigger muscles, chest, legs, back, 5 reps to about maybe like 8. Maybe about 8. And the way you're going to do this now, yeah, is you track your weights. And this comes into the weekly scorecard, okay? So you're going to track your key lifts. And the way that I structure my training and the way that I've been making some mad progress is by having my primaries. These are the key 4 to maybe max 6. In fact, I regret saying 6, 5. 5 muscle groups, okay, that you're going to maintain. For me, this is the biceps, the chest, specifically the upper chest, and then you've got lats and abs and lateral delts. Lateral delts. So if you want to basically put your primaries down now, you could imagine, okay, what muscles do you want to grow? The easiest way to understand what primaries you want to grow, right, is just think like, where are you naturally strong? And for example, right, I'm naturally strong on my biceps, and I just want to keep increasing my biceps. I don't give a flying fuck about growing my arms right now. My arms are a calm size for me. This is what I want. I've bulked up for this, and I've got the size. I just want to show shreds. I want to show my veins. I want to show exactly, like, you know what I mean, bro? I just want to get shredded on my arms, and I want them to look sick. So the way they're going to look sick is by training my biceps. Biceps are way more aesthetic than my triceps, and it's as simple as that. If I wanted to fill out my shirt sleeves, and that's what my primary objective was, then I'd be training tris. In terms of the other aesthetic muscles that I want to grow, it's like my upper chest, because I feel like it's lacking a little bit. And I also feel like it's one of the most aesthetic muscles you can grow as a man, right? Lower chest, maybe not, because you're going to get that droopy kind of effect. Andrew Tate chest. Lats, bro. Lats and lateral delts, right? For the same reason as each other, is that they just increase the size of your frame. Your lateral delt and your lats just give you this beautiful, right? So lateral delts will make you like look all capped off, yeah? So you look like a fucking superhuman, super villain type of guy. And then your lats are these parts here that come in, and then down here is your like beautiful blocky ab waist with like the lines that point down there and all that, bro. The biceps are going to be huge. Like, yeah, bro, like this is the type of thing that you want to be like focused on, right? It's just growing this V taper. And the V taper is obviously the most like aesthetic look for a man, because it's primarily attractive to girls. And look, the thing that's primarily attractive to the female is pretty much what you want to do, right? You want to go outside, you want to be filling out your t-shirts, filling out your shirt, maybe you want to take your shirt off at the beach, you want to get people's attention, innit? You want people to look at you and be like, okay, this guy's serious. So, divide your training volume by 4, which means get your primaries, have two top sets, two top sets, bro, I'm such a spaz on this presentation. 2 top sets, heavy exercises, right? So 2 exercises times 2 top sets, and 1 back off. And 1 back off set. Perfect. So for me, what I'm doing right now is for biceps, I just do standing barbell curl, and then my second exercise is going to be the machine, single arm machine. For upper chest, what I'm doing is I'm doing incline dumbbell press, and then 2 top sets of that. Then I do either the chest fly machine, or I do the cable like from low to high to hit upper chest more. And then for lat, I'm doing neutral grip weighted pull-ups, and I'm also doing seated row. And then for abs, I'm doing captain chair crunches with the weight in between my feet, and cable crunches. And I'm going to be swapping these out for like reverse dragon flags and all that. And for lats, I'll be swapping out like barbell rows. For upper chest, I'll probably swap out to like barbell. For biceps, I'll probably swap out to like seated curl. But the only reason you want to be swapping things out is when you get to the point where you feel like you've plateaued, and you know that you plateaued because when you're doing your weekly scorecard, right? Let's say you've got your scorecard here, and you've got like your muscles up here, the muscles that you want to hit, the exercises that you're hitting, and like you put your sets, your reps, all of that, and then you have your scorecard, okay? And by the way, don't be like don't overthink your scorecard too much. Just be thinking, okay, like how can I record this so easily? I just use my notes page on my phone, Apple Notes. You can put in a little table if you want. I haven't even done that. I've literally just written my like the day that I'm training, so like the push day, the pull day, the leg day, and then I'll just write down what I'm hitting and what my scorecard is. I'm just saying, okay, I did 3 sets of this, and like the top 2 sets were this, the back off set was this. Here's the form. Like I rate my form as well. So my form is like, you know, if I did like a 6 out of 10 set on lateral raise, I'll say, yeah, I got 8 reps, but the form was 6 out of 10. So to progressively overload next time, I'm going to be doing 8 out of 10 form. I'm going to aim for 8 reps again. And yeah, bro, genuinely, this is how you're going to do it. And you're only going to track these, the primaries, so including the lateral delts. And by the way, for lateral delts, the exercises that I do, because I forgot to tell you, is just lateral raise with the dumbbells and lateral raise with the cables. That's it. And yeah, the next module here, yeah, don't train legs. I'm not being for real, right? If legs is one of your primaries, if like you really, really just love your quads and your glutes and all of that, and you just want to keep them up, put those in your primaries. But for me, I don't train legs as hard. So, and bro, This is coming from a guy who's, known for leg pressing high weights in the gym. I'm known for deadlifting, 3 times my body weight, 3.3 times my body weight, right? And like, suffice to say, I've got strong, thick tree trunk quads and legs. Like, bro, trust me, it's hard for me to not train legs. So right now what I do is I do leg press, and I don't track it, by the way. So I used to do 8 plates per side for about 2 pause sets, and about 10 reps a set. All the way down, pause, or back up, yeah? So right now, I've actually dropped it to 6 plates. So I was doing 8 plates on my bulk, and now I'm doing 6 plates on my cut, because I just want to maintain the size. And then I do like leg extension and hammy curls. Yeah, hammy. And I don't even track those, bro. I literally just go into the gym and I'll do whatever I want. Because leg day, what I do, okay, let me just describe my split. So it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So this is going to be primary day 1. It's going to be primary day 2. This is going to be like a secondary day 1. And that's it. So I have a rest day here, double rest day here, and then we're back to the start, okay? So with the primary days, for example, Monday, I'll be hitting chest, I'll be hitting lateral delt, I'll be hitting biceps. With the primary day 2, I'll be hitting biceps again, I'll be hitting back, so my lat, and I'll be hitting lateral delt again. I also do a bit of a shoulder press on that day as well, but it's my anterior deltoid is not primary muscle, so I don't care. Wednesday is the interesting one where I say don't train legs. It's because I will hit legs, but my other primary is also hit on that day, which is my abs, okay? So I actually track my weighted captain chair. I track, when I do the dragon flags, I'll track those, but I haven't switched over to those yet. But those are like the main exercises, right? And this Wednesday session, I also hit any like extras. So extras could be like your traps, your neck, your rear delts, your triceps. I'll hit all of those. And so for the extras, again, I'll just do 2 sets, 2 top sets, but nothing strenuous, because you don't want to destroy your CNS on a cut. Now, your split, yeah? You want to create your perfect split. So this is mine right now. And this is absolute perfection for me. 3 days, yeah? 3 times a week I train. And I have 4 rest days. Because every muscle I hit on Monday, I rest here, here, and here. So that's 3 days of rest. And then I hit it all again on Friday, like biceps and shoulders. Rest again for another 2 full days, and then I hit them again on Monday. Wednesday's just that extra day where I make sure that I'm not like losing leg muscle, I'm not losing muscle in my traps, my neck. And I just make sure that I'm keeping these up. Monday and Friday is what I'm using to actually increase the primaries. The reason you have to have primaries, right, is because your body only has, like, let's say that this is a jug, right, of water. When you're cutting, you've got a jug of water that's allocated to recovery. Only so much recovery resource. So this is like this is like your food. So yeah, this is a fucking fork. There you go. Yeah, this is your bro. No, I can't make it that bad. That's your fork and your knife. So that's your food. And you've also got sleep, and you've also got like your immune response. I know how to spell immune. I just can't be bothered to put like that many. So there's your immune response, you've got your food, you've got your sleep. What other recovery resources do you have in your body? That's pretty much it. So your food is the main big one, right? You have nutrient partitioning. Your nutrients can only go to so many muscles in your body, right? So example, if you eat 120 grams of protein in your cut, then only so much of that can go to your biceps, only so much can go to your chest, only so much can go to your legs. If you're smashing legs twice a week and you're smashing like everything twice a week and you're doing a 6-day split, your nutrition, your nutrient partitioning, like the protein and all the nutrition that you're getting in, the micronutrients, the vitamins, all of that, it can't go to every muscle equally. Hence, you might not grow on the cut. And I want your muscles to grow on the cut. I want your main primaries to grow. So you've got all this recoverability in this cup of water. You've got to keep this as full as possible, and you've got to make sure that this is going to the primaries. Your food is going to the primaries. Your sleep, you're growing the primaries. Your immune response is going to hit the primaries. And the immune response is important, right? Because when you're on less calories, you are more likely to get ill. And you don't want to get ill. Because a week of illness on the cut just means your body is more likely to lose muscle because it needs to use something as fuel. When you're a fatter kind of guy, when you're like 30% body fat, yeah, your body will use fat as fuel anyway. But when you've got like, 15 or so below 15% body fat, your body doesn't want to use fat anymore because you're at the point where your body's like, okay, like we've never been this lean before. Let's start to try and use muscle. And that's where, bro, the genius of training the primaries in the 5 to 12 range with 2 top sets just comes in, because that lets you have enough like recoverability inside here where you're able to PR on those sets, yeah? So you're doing 2 top sets, you're PRing on both sets, you're hitting either more reps or you're hitting it with better form or you're doing it with less rest. You're PRing every week. If you're PRing every week, your body cannot use the primaries as fuel. And now you might be thinking back to the don't train leg stuff, right? You might be thinking, oh, but I want my legs to stay big. Can I tell you something, bro? Too fucking bad. Because if you want your legs to stay huge on a cut, then you're going to have to take volume away from somewhere else. It's like a fucking jigsaw puzzle, is what I'm telling you. Like, if you want your legs to be growing, if you want your legs to be bigger, right? Quads. Then you've got to take volume away from something like your chest. And I just know that if you're watching this, you're not going to do that. You'd rather just sacrifice the quads. Grow your quads on your bulk, bro. We're cutting now. Wear fucking shorts. It doesn't matter. If your quads are small, just wear shorts. If you didn't take the time out in your bulk to put size on your legs, just wear shorts. Who gives a fuck? No one's seeing your quads unless it's your lady, innit? Like, no one's gonna see it otherwise. And she don't care if you've got small quads. She bro, she just wants that like ripped 6-pack dude, innit? So look, next part, F cardio. Don't be doing these like crazy like treadmill hit sessions and like just going absolutely mental on like the bike and like, oh, bro, this is like the treadmill and this is you retardedly running on it, right? Actually, he's running away from. Look, he's running away from it. That's what you should be doing. You should be going away from the treadmill, bro. Forget that shit. Forget like your bike-a-thon. Like, bro, you don't want to be on the bike for like 45 minutes a day on your cart, bro. Remember recoverability. We want to make sure that water bottle, that jug of recoverability is full as possible. So I've actually fallen into the mistake of doing this recently, which is like, bro, I jump on the heavy bag, hit a mad boxing session, like, yeah, this is crazy, yeah. Boxing gloves, smack the bag, yeah, super high intensity power, raw energy, everything like that. I want to binge eat afterwards now. I feel like I can't really sleep as well because my recoverability has gone down. So instead of cardio, bro, the magic number I want you to aim to hit is 100,000 steps every week. So if we go back to the scorecard, remember the weekly scorecard that you're going to keep, you're going to have a scorecard for your steps. So you have like the number of steps, or like have you hit the number of steps up here, and then like the dates here, the weeks, bang, bang. Yes, I hit the steps that week. Yes, I hit the steps that week. That's how you want to see it, okay? 100,000 steps, this is the magic number that I found. It's about 14 to 15,000 every single day. This weekly step goal is what's going to get you to the point where you're actually burning fat. Because basically, steps is a form of NEAT, okay? NEAT means non-exercise activity thermogenesis, okay? Walking is classified in the same bracket of how to burn calories as like you know me using hand signals right now. That's also NEAT. As you get leaner and leaner, your body does less NEAT automatically. So you know when you're like at your desk and you're like your legs are shaking and like you're trembling under the desk and you're like really working hard and like you're like moving around a bit, you're like fidgeting around, you're like looking around loads. That is all NEAT. As you get leaner, yeah, as you get lean, like bro, flipping 11 pack, bruv. The leaner you get, the less NEAT you do. Okay, you're gonna end up fidgeting less. You're gonna end up, you won't be shaking your legs under the table. Like, bro, I noticed this because I've got the knowledge on this, right? Like, I'm like, okay, I'm still doing NEAT. I'm still fidgeting around. I still feel myself like moving my legs under the table. I'm like fidgeting, right? And that means that my body is still primed to keep burning fat. When you stop doing NEAT, and when you like, let's say you've got your weekly scorecard, right? And you're tracking your weight. Oh my God. And you're tracking your weight. Let's say your weight's like, I'm just going to draw this graph, like your weight's going down, it's going down, it's going down, and then it just plateaus like this, like flat lines, bang, bang, maybe even goes up a little bit, and it's just flat lines. This section is where your body is not doing as much NEAT. That means your basal metabolic rate, the amount that your body's burning just by existing, is gone because you've lost so much fat that your body has nothing to pull from. So in a phase like this, right, you have to basically bump the calories back up a little bit, hit maintenance, reduce the amount of strain that you're putting on your body, and you'll get back to the point where, yes, maybe the weight will creep up a tiny, tiny bit, and then you maintain here, but then you're in a better position because now your recoverability is back up, your NEAT's coming back up, so you're doing a bit more NEAT, you have more better recovery, your strength's going back up, and then you're in prime position to just go bang after another week or two, and you drop the weight even further, and it just keeps going down. Because look, people tell you that, oh yeah, after 12% it's so hard to get below 10. It's because of this, trust me, bro. It's because of all of this stuff here. So the reason I say F cardio, right, is because of the recoverability. As simple as that. Now, if you're the type of guy who doesn't have much time to do 100,000 steps, we could basically find a way for you to fit cardio in. So we got the Monday, Wednesday, Friday split. Where did I draw my split, bro? Where did I draw my split? Yeah. So you see on these rest days here, what you could do is just inject some cardio sessions, bang here, inject a cardio session here, inject a cardio session here. But you've got to be so careful, man, to make sure that you don't go and tire yourself out too much. Stop eating like a prey, stop eating like a grazer, stop eating like prey, stop eating like a peasant, become a fucking hunter, G. So, I'm going to teach you how to do that. This can go up there. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is, let's say you wake up at like 6 a.m, right? That's 6, that's noon, that's 6 p.m. And let's just say like after this is sleep. Right now, you wake up, you eat breakfast at 7, you eat lunch at 12, you eat like another little snack at 3, then you eat at 6 p.m. just before dinner, and then you have dinner at like, 8 o'clock or whatever, right? 8 o'clock. You've just eaten 5 times throughout the day, and what that basically means is you've had 5 opportunities to go over your calories. Let's say your daily calorie goal is like 2,000, right? You've had 5 opportunities to go over that. 2,000 divided by 5 is 400 calories. Brother, 400 calories, yeah, is so easy to eat 400 calories. The meal that you make, right, let's say you're cooking like 3 of these times, 3 times here, 3 times here, 100 calories of like just oil and butter could be used in each of these times. That's already 300. And then you've basically just had 300 gross calories, which is like exactly what you should be allocating per meal. I'm sure you don't go through your day thinking, I have 400 calories per meal, I have 400 calories per meal. So the way that we're going to do this, right, to make sure that we're not going over calories each time, and we're not like sabotaging ourselves basically, is we're going to become the hunter. Because the prey, the grazers, yeah, oh no, I don't want to get rid of the words, bruv. Yeah, the prey, the grazers, all of that, they eat throughout the day because they're like peasants, bro. They need to keep eating. They need to constantly feel that comfort that they oh yes, we've survived. They're not a hunter. They don't think, okay, I can go without food for a bit, but then when I can eat big. So the way you're gonna do this is, like, let's say you wake up at 6 and like 8 o'clock's your last meal. How are you gonna do this? Intermittent fasting. You wake up and you don't eat till about, let's say, noon. All of this time, you don't eat. There's no food here. You're completely fasted. You can have black coffee, it's a coffee cup, and you can have water. These are 0 calories, right? Black coffee makes it so you're not hungry. Water, you need to have it because you need to stay hydrated. And by the way, every day, 3 to 4 liters of water per day. Every day, non-negotiable, bro. This is, being extra hydrated means that your body won't hold on to water, and when you're not holding on to water, your fat cells don't increase in size, because fat, basically what it does, they saturate with water first before you lose them. But if they stay saturated and they keep holding the water because you're not drinking enough, you're just going to look puffy. Your face will look puffier, your like lower stomach especially will look puffier, maybe your chest, depending on your genetics. But yeah, 3 to 4 liters of water every single day to make sure you're properly hydrated, and plenty of electrolytes. So every day, bro, I eat a banana, minimum 1 banana, usually like 2 to 3 bananas, and I have a little bit of salt in my 2 meals, because look, I intermittent fast. So I actually don't wake up at 6. I wake up at like 3:30, and then I fast all the way sometimes until about 3 p.m. and then I just eat like one massive meal. That's what I'm going to do today on my rest day. But on the days I'm training, I have 2 main meals. So let's say here, you have meal number 1's here, yeah? That's Star's meal 1. And then maybe you have meal 1 about 12, then you have like a little snack here, like a banana, and then you hit gym because you're fueled on the carbohydrates. Then after gym, before 8, like maybe around 8 o'clock, you have meal number 2. And maybe after 8, you've got about 200 calories left. You have like a little treat. And because you're training hard, because you know about how many calories you need to be eating, and because you know about like doing the 100,000 steps every single day, just had a mind blank. But because you're basically burning enough calories every single day, you are in the position where you can treat yourself, bro. Every now and then you can be happy. You can have a little bit of ice cream in the night, like every 2-3 days even. Just have a scoop, you'll be good. This is how you keep the cravings away. And this is what I want to tell you, bro. Look, being the hunter isn't like what you do on the cut. This is now lifelong. It's a lifelong thing. So, you know, the idea of a diet, and I should have said this before, but the idea of a diet, get rid of it. You should be eating like this anyway. This is how high performers eat. If you want to do well in your career, you actually care about how, like, your brain makes you money, right? You work a career, you have a job, you study. Your brain, yeah, this is your brain. Flipping out. Yeah, your brain makes you money. Intermittent fasting, yeah, no food, is actually better for your focus. And so it's a win-win. And it also means you have less opportunities to go above your calories, because you're only eating like 2 to 3 times a day. You can't go over your calories like that, bro. You won't even feel the need to do it. You won't feel the need to just like stuff your face. And the reason why is because, remember, we're doing the black coffees, okay? I don't even know where I put half this shit. Here, look, we're doing the black coffees. We're drinking plenty of water. Your stomach feels full. Your ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone, gets suppressed when you drink the black coffee. And then at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, you begin to eat meal one. When you eat meal one, you feel satiated because what you can do is you can eat about like 25% of your calories. Let's say you're on a 2,000 calorie diet. You can eat about 5 to maybe 600 all in meal one. And then, let's say you've got, 200 reserved for your dessert at the end of the day. That's about 800 calories gone out of 2,000. But now you've got 1,200 left for meal two. So you've just done a whole day of work. You've intermittent fasted. You feel really good. Okay, now you've hit gym and now you feel extra good. And now it's meal two. It's probably about 7 p.m. Finish work, finish gym, everything. Your gym sessions don't take long. They're only like 45 minutes long because all you focus on is the primaries. And now you're at the position where you're training less, you're training harder, you're eating less. You can also eat harder. Meal two is a fucking feast, bro. I eat chicken, rice, potatoes, beef, and eggs. Sometimes all in meal two because my meal ones are tiny sometimes, or sometimes even skip because I don't feel the need to eat it. But my meal one, personally, usually I'll just have like some egg fried rice and a banana. My meal two will be, well, I'll have another banana after gym, and then I'll have chicken, rice, potatoes, steak. And you've got to measure your food, right? So when it comes to food, people will wonder, right? Should I be tracking? Should I be tracking? The answer is a resounding yes. The entire reason, right, that I even got this much progress in, 4 weeks, it's because brother is tracking. I've been tracking. But guess what? You don't have to become this dickhead who just like tracks everything and weighs everything out, right? Just do similar to how I do it. When I go to the shop and I buy like, 1 kilo of chicken, and I know that I need to eat like, let's say 150 grams per day. I'm sure such shit numbers. Let's say we buy 1.5 kilograms, and I need to eat 150 grams per day. All I'll do when I prepare that chicken is just divide it by 10. So I'll just cut it into 10 equal pieces, like equal-ish. It doesn't even have to be that mad because remember, the weekly average is what we care about. We don't care like, okay, I did 5,000 steps today, but my daily goal should be 15,000. Nah, the weekly goal is what you focus on. You focus on 100,000 steps per week. So it's the weekly targets you want to hit. Yeah? This is where the mindset really changes because now you don't have to make like 10 equivalent meals. You just have to make sure that you're eating 1.5 kilograms of chicken over the next 10 days or like, whatever your weekly target, however that works out. This is what I mean though, bro. It's the average over time. Your weight, right? Along with time, this is what the graph should look like. It should look like this. It'll go up a little bit, then it'll come back down. Then it'll go up a little bit, then it'll come back down. But with time, right, the average just looks like that. It's just going down. So when you're planning your meals, just buy like a certain portion of food. Let's say this is meant to last you this is a potato, like, let's say it's a pack of potatoes. It's meant to last you 4 days, just divide it into four, and then this is like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 of potatoes. Then you know how much you're going to eat. Measure it once. When you buy the bag, you know it's a kilogram, yeah? You know it's a kilogram. Go into MyFitnessPal, and ChatGPT is pretty good at tracking as well. So just go into MyFitnessPal and ChatGPT and track what you're going to eat. Have yourself a shopping list. So I'm going to have potatoes, I'm going to have beef, I'm going to have chicken, I'm going to have eggs, I'm going to have mackerel, I'm going to have banana, and I also want to eat a tiny bit of ice cream. So me personally, I actually don't eat dessert. However, this guy, he ate a lot of dessert. He was training really hard. He had lots of calories expended throughout the week. So he had like Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and the calories expended were through the roof because I was boxing, because I went to the gym and I did some strength and conditioning sessions. So if you're going to eat your dessert, just understand that you have got to hit your steps. You have got to be burning your calories every week. And try and do dessert like once every couple of days, just because it's easy to overeat it if you keep eating it every day. But if you keep it as a reward, for example, just on like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, when you're training, right? Then it's very hard over the course of the entire week when you like factor in, Saturday, Sunday, and then like 7 days. If you're only eating dessert 3 out of 7 days, it's very hard to go over your calories, especially if you keep it within your daily limit. Yeah, let's say you're eating 2,000 calories either way, every single day you're eating 2,000, you will lose weight. Yeah, and the dessert and like actually enjoying yourself is what's going to make it sustainable, right? So have your shopping list, yeah, chicken, eggs, banana, potato, blah 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 blah. Whole foods, yeah. Eat your whole foods only, yeah. No processed bullshit. PBS, no processed bullshit. And divide by number of days that this stuff's supposed to last. Which, by the way, you'll figure out through the tracking through MyFitnessPal, ChatGPT. You'll only need to track once, because once you have your shopping list and you've tracked, yeah, you've tracked your shopping list, now you're at the point where you know exactly how much you're meant to eat every day, and then what you can do is you can cycle the same meals every single week. So you could have like, I don't know, bro, like fucking mackerel. Sad because you're about to eat this little guy. Mackerel and like sweet potato fries that you make at home. Or you can have, like chicken breast and like rice. There's grains of rice, chicken breast and rice. And you can also have like a steak, which would be tasty with like just like mashed potato or something on the side. I don't know, bro. Like you can figure out your meals. You can figure out what whole foods you want to eat. Figure it out. If you're vegetarian, for example, you can literally just like eat some high protein shit like cheese, paneer, stuff like that. You can make yourself that kind of stuff. And you can also just be, instead of cycling your meals, right? So this might seem like a lot of work. The alternative to this is just to become like a robot, bro, and eat the same food daily. Who cares? See losing fat as a grind. Just see it as, okay, I'm just going to grind out these steps. I'm just going to grind out the meals, and that's it. Let's say you work full time and you're like, okay, but I can't I can't grind out the steps. The same meals daily, that's cool. But what about the steps? You work 8 hours a day. If you did a 10-minute walk, yeah, per hour, that's 80 minutes per day for free. You're getting paid for this. You're getting paid to get lean. Walking, which is about 8,000 steps, depending on your step length and like your height and shit. It's about 8,000 for me. And I'm like dead average height and everything. So you're telling me you can get paid to do over half your daily step count. You can get paid to do it. And this is where the power of the weekly thing comes in. Because if you just do, like a 20-minute walk in the morning plus the 10 minutes every single hour at work, it's very easy to do that, especially when you realise that every 10 minutes, every hour, you probably stand around like drinking coffee with your stupid co-workers, fat ones as well, bro. Like you're sitting around drinking coffee with your stupid fat co-workers that you don't even like. What's the point of doing that, bro? And maybe, they're like nice people and shit. Like, bro, I work with really nice people as well. But when you start to prioritise and you get to the point where you're like, okay, I've got this 12-week year. My whole year is 12 weeks. I need to make more progress in 12 weeks than people make in a year. You cut out conversations with your co-workers. You cut out the processed junk bullshit. You cut out just like eating dessert every single day, like overeating and shit. You're like, no, I'm going to limit myself to one scoop of the ice cream or like one little like section of the chocolate bar. You understand, that hitting your weekly goal is all you need to do. And yes, it's very powerful when, let's say you do, 20-minute walk plus the 80 minutes throughout the day. That's like 10K every day, right? And now, by the time it's the weekend, you've done 50,000 of your steps. You can just do two 25,000 step walks on the weekend, on Saturday and Sunday, and you've smashed the 100,000. You've smashed your goal, 100,000 every single week. And it's just about create a system that turns you into a bit of a robot. Yeah, your system that turns you into a robot just means what takes the emotion out of it. With your food, you want to be a robot. Same thing every single day. With your steps, you want to be a robot. Oh, every 10 minutes, bro, you can literally set an alarm on your watch. Every 10 minutes, the alarm goes off. Beep, 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 beep. And then you're at work. You're like, oh, got to go like for my walk. And if your manager's a dickhead, by the way, if your manager's a prick and he doesn't let you go on walks, just say, oh mate, I just need to go out and have a fag break. I just need to go have a comfort break. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then fuck off and walk. Because if this is your grind, if you want to get this, bro, if you want to get lean, if you want to get a six pack, you would do anything to get it done. I've walked outside here in the blistering heat every day. I walk when it rains. I don't care, bro. Because this is more important. I felt my abgenetics and I'm like, I want that bottom line. I haven't got it yet and it pisses me off that I haven't got it yet. I want it. What do you want? Get obsessed with this goal, bro. 12 weeks, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, in the whole year, it's fucking nothing. But you can get lean once, and then you can stay lean forever, just by implementing this, yeah? So look, I really hope, bro, that you enjoyed this course, because, look, this is years and years of knowledge at this point, bro. This is like, I've literally been training, right, since I was a flipping 4-year-old. I was doing martial arts, I was doing boxing, and it's just surreal to me that I even got this fat in the first place. This is crazy to me. So I've been figuring out fat loss, I've been figuring out bulking, and I've actually done really well with it, bro. I've been training in the gym like bodybuilding style for the past year and a half, so since January 2025, and I feel like I've cracked the code, bro. Especially with fat loss, I feel like I've cracked the code. I really wanted this to be quick, and I will be basically putting out a really, really detailed version of this course. I'm going to put it inside Skool, which is this website, skool.com. Spelled with a K, skool.com. I'll put a really detailed course together in here, and I'll go through literally everything. But this one, it's a completely free course. I wanted it to be quick. I wanted it to give you everything that you need to understand about fat loss to get started in your journey, to understand how you're gonna basically get this done. So yeah, bro, genuinely, by the time I put this video out, this video, there should be a link down below to the Skool full massive course. You'll have to make an account to sign up, but I'm going to put a massive course together in skool.com for you so that you can basically get your fat loss journey underway properly. And I also offer one-to-one coaching. So if you want me to basically take your life under control and tell you what to do, you can do one-to-one coaching with me. Just basically DM me on Instagram, DM the word coach, excuse me, and we can get on this together, bro. Because look, if this has been a goal of yours for a while and you want to get it done, I know how it feels. Literally 4 weeks ago, bro, I had a belly underneath. When I looked down, I had a belly, and at the wrong angles, I wouldn't be able to see my own manhood under that belly, bro. It doesn't feel good. If you've got excess fat and you want to lose it, and you really just want to have that amazing body and that amazing confidence, and you've gone through this course now, so you've got the basic knowledge. If you've tried it and it's still too overwhelming, just DM me the word coach and we will see how I can make it work for you, bro. We work together, we'll finally get you lean. All it takes is 12 weeks. And you'll check off this goal, this massive goal of physique. It's done. It'll be finished. You'll be lean. You'll have chiseled abs. You'll have veins in your arms. I can't wait for you, man, because this course is everything you basically needed to get it started, get the ball rolling, understand that I've dropped the sauce, bro. My voice is literally going, so I'm going to stop it here, but my final word to you would literally just be, check the links below. There's going to be at least two. It's going to be school.com. The full course will be available in here, massive. I'm going to make it much longer than this as well. And yeah, one-to-one coaching. DM me on Instagram. You can find out more. We can talk about it. We can talk about every single detail that you want. But I will help you hit this goal, bro. You've seen the progress I made in a month, and I can make it happen for you as well, easily. I see this as my life's work. I want this to happen for you. I want to make you lean. I want to get you in fucking excellent shape because I know what it's done for me. And I hated being fat. Fucking hated it with all of my life. It's disgusting. I'd look down, I'd look in the mirror, I'd feel embarrassed and I feel like shit. And I don't want other people to feel that way. If you're fucking sick and tired of it, and just put your fucking hand up, open Instagram, DM me coach, let's get it sorted. Go to school.com, full courses on there. Everything I've told you in here, by the way, more than enough to get it done. I want people to come back, comment on this video, and be like, I followed everything to the T, here's my progress, here's my transformation. Because I know that there's enough knowledge in here to get it done. I don't need to teach you about calories in, calories out, and all that bullshit. Because, let's be honest, yeah? You don't need to know that shit. From me. Like, you already know it. It's all out there. That information's all out there. I wanted this to be actually how to get lean. That information, you know all about it. We've spoken about it before. And, you know, you've watched the videos. Those videos don't work for you. So I made this video with the hopes that it would actually work. Yeah? If you want to understand your macros, just eat, you know, enough fats, enough carbs. The way that you understand that is like, look, I'll quickly go through it now. 60 grams of fats minimum to keep your testosterone high. 1 gram, actually no, yeah, go on. 0.8 grams of protein per pound of lean mass. So your body weight, take away your estimated body fat percentage, is your pound of lean mass, and then everything else can be carbs. Because carbs keep you from getting hungry. They keep you from having excess SHBG. So SHBG is this hormone that basically overwrites testosterone. It takes your testosterone away. So let's say you're eating enough fats, your testosterone is still high, but if you're not eating enough carbs, SHBG is basically taking away testosterone. It lowers your free test, the test that your body's actually using. So look, bro, that was just like the last little bit, but I have given you, this is the full fucking blueprint to get lean fast. Okay? Check the links below, school.com, one-to-one coaching, both available for you, bro. Other than that, I appreciate you watching, and I just want to make sure that you get this result, bro. So comment right now, and I want you just to get it done now, because it's been too long. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you again soon, bro. Sweat or regret, man. I'm out.